Hello amigos, ¿cómo están? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all things CHIVAS. Obviously we haven't played the Rayados game yet, but I thought, there's some news that's come out over the last couple of days that I feel like I want to talk about. Pretty good news as well. A tiny bit of bad news, but overall really, really good news. Obviously the first thing is that the Mexico squad listing has been released for the international break coming up in November, and like it was announced, it was leaked probably a day or two beforehand, and it was suspected beyond that as well. But Hormiga or Armando Gonzalez has been called up to the Mexican national team, which is absolutely fantastic. Expected a little bit because obviously he's probably he is the informed Mexican player in Liga MX right now. So to not have him called up would have just been extremely atrocious in my opinion and surprising. So yeah, well done though, Armando Gonzalez. I mean, he absolutely deserves this. Been absolutely amazing for us this season, mainly towards the second half of the season. In the first half, it took a long while for him and the team, to be fair, to kind of really click and get going. But Milito has got us flying right now. So, yeah, really congratulations to Armando. I mean, I've been raving about this kid for almost 2 years now, ever since he was playing with Tapatio in the youth system. And to see him flourishing and flying with us right now is brilliant, and in the league as well. Because I've said for a while now that the striking position in Mexico, for Mexico, should I say, is a bit of a problem area. I think, Raul Jimenez is on the tail end of his career now. He's doing brilliantly, don't get me wrong, but, there is a limit to his career in the Mexican national team. So once he's gone, Santiago Jimenez is pretty much the only real decent striker that Mexico has. And even he struggles with Mexico. He scored one or two important goals for the Mexican national team, but overall he's not been that great for Mexico. So, and then beyond that, who else? Bertarame from Rayados is one of them, but Hormiga has definitely got to be up there. I think there needs to be two or three more that need to come through, to be honest with you, before I can, I'm not even Mexican, before I can feel comfortable with the striker position for Mexico, there needs to be a couple more players that come through. It probably has to be from the under-23s. But yeah, like I said, if he can, I hope he gets minutes in the friendlies. I mean, he should do. You can't seem to, I feel like Aguirre doesn't really like starting Santiago too much anyway, so I can't see Santi starting both games. And yeah, I really do hope Hormiga gets minutes. Obviously, you kind of run the risk of injuries, which is not great because we'll talk about Aguirre in a minute. But you don't want Chivas players going to the Mexican national team and then getting injured, just like Arsenal players going to England and their national teams. So we'll have to wait and see. But I really do hope he gets minutes. I hope he gets some real minutes to really show what he can do. He's going to be heavily scrutinised, I feel like, because obviously the hype around him at the moment is real. Deservedly so, but, people expect a lot when you do really well in the Liga MX and you go to the Mexican national team. There's a level of expectation. I'm just hoping that people can temper that a little bit, just have a look, see how he does. But overall, massive congratulations. It's not a massive surprise to me. I've been raving about this kid for a long time. Same with Tierra Wilco, who's having a little bit of a difficult spell at Chivas right now. I still feel like he's going to be a top player for us as well. And yeah, who knows? Maybe probably not for the World Cup, but after the World Cup, in a year or two, we've got Teo Milka and Hormiga in the Mexican national team. But at the moment, Hormiga brilliant. Obviously, Piojo and Salamanca are in there as well, which is cool to see. Piojo, to be fair to him, he's had a few assists in the last few games. He really has showed up. He got injured for a little while, and ever since then he's been really good. He's taken a long time to get going in this season, just like the whole squad. It took a long time for everyone to click under Milito, and now it has. It's great. Pure again, the wide position is not massive amount of choice, and you kind of expect Pure to be in there. And then Talamanca as well, same with the goalkeeping position. Malagon, I would say his time in the Mexican national team has been a 6, maybe. He's been alright, to be fair to him. As an America player, I'm not going to love him, but obviously he's done alright for the Mexican national team. You can't deny that. But has he been spectacular? Has he been outstanding enough to the point where you have to say, no other goalkeeper gets to that position. No, he hasn't been that good. And I think Talawang has been screwed over a little bit with the defenders he's had in front of him. He's not had a great season with Chivas, to be fair, although he's had a number of clean sheets, which is good for him. I still think Talibán helps the future of the Mexican national team. Acevedo's in there as well. I mean, he's always a decent goalkeeper, but again, same with Malagon. I don't think no one's nailed down that goalkeeper spot for the Mexican national team. Malagon's obviously the older, the more experienced. You expect him to start most World Cup games, but Talibán has to be in there, and I hope he gets minutes in this national break, and he gets a chance to really prove himself. And he's on a bit of an upward turn for Chivas right now. His last few games he's had a really good game, so hopefully that translates to the Mexican national team. Going to the players that Chivas have that didn't make the squad, the big one, the huge one, the massive one has to be El Cotoro, Brian Gonzalez. Left back position again is a position that Mexico aren't fabulously wealthy in. Obviously, Mateo Chavez, if he stays fit, has that position on lock, I believe. No one else really competes with him, to be honest with you, and he's doing relatively okay in Europe. He's having a little bit of a struggle time over there at Alkmaar, but that was going to be always happening. He was never going to just walk into that first team. He has to earn it. Just like Edson did when he first went to Ajax. He really struggled to get into Ajax for a little while and then made it and then became one of their most important players. I still feel like that's going to happen with Mateo Chavez. Maybe by the time the World Cup, he has nailed that position down. But at the moment, beyond Mateo Chavez, who did Mexico have at left back? I think the obvious one was Cotoro. He's had an outstanding season with Chivas, even when Chivas weren't doing that great at the beginning of the season, the first half of the season. Cotoro has always been consistently good, and he's one of the best, if not the best, left back in the league, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I'm slightly biased, I admit that, but still, the numbers don't lie. Cotoro is a massively amazing player, and I think he should have at least got a call up. I feel like if we go to talk about Liguilla in a minute, but if we make a good push into Liguilla, then he'll be judged more on that. So hopefully by the time we finish the season and we get to the next camp, I do expect to see Cotoro there. I really do. I think he's a great left back, and I think he can offer something for the Mexican national team that maybe they don't have already. I think him and Mateo Chavez could do well on that left hand side. And then the other one, obviously, is the tragedy of Campillo, who I think is been our best defender this season, in the whole season. Again, consistently great. Was doing brilliantly for us. Was probably the most important player, definitely in that back line for us. And obviously he's got a massive injury now. He's out for a long while, which is devastating. I really do believe if he was fit, I think he would be in this squad for the Mexican national team. It's just a shame, really. But he'll come back stronger, I believe, and. He'll know down whether he'll come back quick enough to get into the Mexican national team squad for the World Cup is a bit of a question mark. But it's just a shame for him, man. I really do feel like he would have been in the squad if he'd been fit. So really shame, but it is what it is. We've got to move on with it. And like I said, HORMIGA, massive congratulations to him. Mexican national team playing for Mexico is obviously the dream for every Mexican. So brilliant. So happy for him. It's just really interesting to see how he does in the two friendlies that we've got coming up. And then we talk about Liguilla. So obviously, Querétaro just beating Juarez. Juarez were the only team that can catch us mathematically with points. They lost, obviously. They've lost their last game of the season. So it doesn't matter now if we play or if we lose to Rayados or not. The pressure's off in that game. We have secured 6th spot, which is obviously the lowest point to get automatic promotion to Liguilla, which is great. It gives us, we want to avoid the playoff round for sure. Obviously Juarez, I think Tijuana, Pachuca, Querétaro, Pumas, I think they're all going to be, and a few others as well, they're all going to be playing an extra game or two. So we missed out on all of that, which is great. And also, like I said, the pressure is off of the Rayados game now. That could have been a monumental game for us. A game that we had to win, a game that, would push us into the promotion spot, the gear, or the automatic spot, should I say. That game's complete write-off now. We could lose that game, it doesn't really matter. We still get to Liguilla, but obviously you kind of want to still win it. We're on a bit of a run of form right now. Like I'm just having a look right now. It's one loss in the last 5 games, and that was right dab in the middle. So yeah, like I said, we're on a really good run of form right now. It would be really cool to win against Rayados, increase our points tally, get closer to Rayados, and it's also like a confidence boost. It's a team. Rayados are a good team. They're top five for a reason. I think they should have been top three. I think they have really fallen off this season. Complete opposite to Chivas, in my opinion. I think if the league had gone on for another couple more rounds, I think we could have overtaken Rayados. I think they're on a bit of a downward spiral right now. One win in the last 5 games, one loss, 3 draws. That's not great. And yeah, it's definitely a team that we can beat if we need to. So, but the pressure's off now, which is great. We've got this one last game. We can take it a little bit easy. Hopefully, HORMIGA gets his last goal to break the record. That would be fantastic. And then we head into the Liguilla after the international break. And like I always say, anything can happen in Liguilla. Knockout football is awesome and it's exciting. It's what I've come to love with this league, and that's why one of the reasons why I don't want Mexico to go into the European model, because I think losing Liguilla loses something special. And yeah, like I said, if we can beat Rayados, why can't we go on and dream about getting at least to the final? Like America aren't infallible. Cruz Azul as well. Cruz Azul already lost 1 game, to be fair. Don't know how that happened, but they have drawn 5 games, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Toluca, they've kind of fallen off a little bit, but they're still always a threat. They spanked us the last time we played them in the league, so they always got a club to be. They're probably the club I'm most scared of, if I'm being brutally honest. Like I said, America's not infallible. Tigres as well. I mean, there was a dangerous side, sure, but like Toluca is probably the only team that I really, really fear out of all that. So why can't we dream about going to at least get to the final? That would be fantastic for Milito's first season. I mean, there was a period where I thought, and I think I've titled one of my videos a couple of months ago, that Liguilla was off the table. I didn't see us getting to Liguilla. We've had a massive, dramatic turnaround over the last couple of months, and in a good way. We've turned the corner into a positive, and yeah, like I said, anything's possible now. I feel like Milito's got this team purring, he's got this team clicking, and we can do something special. And God forbid, we actually do win the league this season. I mean, that's how monumental. But again, we've got loads of games before then, so I'm not going to take my feet completely off the ground. But it's nice. For me, I think, for Milito specifically, I think this is a win. I think just getting to Liguilla is a perfect result. Whatever happens now, I think is a bonus. Considering how bad the first half of the season was, considering how bad the team was after the last couple of coaches, Gargo left it in a real state, and then that last coach didn't really improve things, in fact made it a little bit worse. So Milito inherited a bit of a mess, if I'm not being too harsh, and he seemed to sort it out. The team's pairing, like I said, we've got loads and loads of young talent. I mean, Santiago Sandoval is such a young kid playing in his first Liguilla in his first season. Fantastic, and he's one of our best players. So everything at the moment is going well for us. And like I said, even if, I'd love for us to win the league. I'm dreaming about us winning the league. But if we don't, even if we get knocked out, it's still a good season. And it's something that we can build upon. And like I said, we've got work to do in January for the players, some players to move on, some players to get in. And then, we go again next season in a stronger position because the team's had 6 months to play under Milito. So, at the moment, all good. Like I said, Chivas are a 2 step forward, 1 step back kind of team, and a club. So I'm expecting something negative to happen over the next couple of months. But right now, Liguilla is just unlocked. It's brilliant. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm going to enjoy the Rayados game with no stress. And I feel like not having a pressure might actually be beneficial for us. And yeah, like I said, it'd be wonderful for HORMIGA to get his last goal. So let me know what you think about HORMIGA getting to the national team. Obviously, it's deserved, but what do you think he could do for them in the 2 friendlies? Do you think he nails a spot down? Do you think he gets into the World Cup spot? who else? Is there any other strikers that I haven't mentioned from Mexico that could be in the squad instead of him and Berterame? Let me know what you think about Berterame as well. I think he's an okay striker, but El Tree worthy? I don't know, massive question mark on that. Let me know what you think about Katoro not being in the national team. Let me know what you think about Chivas securing Liguilla. What do you think we could do in Liguilla? And yeah, just loads of. I just wanted to do a video. I'm off work today. I got a massive feel good feeling with the team right now at the club. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do a video because it's you want to make the most of the positives. You know, with Chivas, there's so much negatives. It does swing it does swing like a pendulum. You know, I do expect some negatives are coming up, but you got to enjoy the positives where you can, and otherwise, what's the point of being a football fan? So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll be back early next week to discuss the Rayados game and what we can do in Liguilla. So, and we'll probably talk about the Mexican national team a little bit more as well. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the comments. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. Adios.